$500,000 to do this, then we're going to take it and do that. And again, that's going to be our responsibility, but that's easy to say and hard to do, because then we're placed in the position of voting against it, and then because it's the right decision, and then people that don't understand the reasoning behind it to criticize it. And so I just still see it putting us in a position where there's torn decisions all the time. But I never said below. I trust you. Hear me, public. I trust him with every dime that comes through this city.
All I'm saying is, I am controlled by y'all, the city council. I can't just do anything I want to do.
He's the second working city manager in Tarrant County.
I tell y'all, I bring every avenue that I think there's a possibility, without trying to do away with services, without trying to do away with employees. I fight that every day, trying to figure that out. And so when you show me a pool of money that's a possibility, I don't want to make everybody mad at me, but it has merits to me, because that's what I'm looking at, is what it's going to take to move this city forward into the future. I mean, I've done a 5-year plan. You hope that everything happens the way you predict, but you don't know. You don't know. Like on revenues, I hope to collect what I put in. I try to put in realistic numbers, but there's no guarantee. So all I'm saying is, whatever the city council wants to do, I am going to continue to do what I'm supposed to do until y'all come up with the fourth of it. And then we'll worry about it.
Yeah. Marvin, if you got half the sales tax dollars that currently goes, I'm talking about half, that currently goes to EDC, would that make a difference?
I'm not sure it would.
I mean, enough to say, we're going to get out of the red.
We're going to get out of the red, but yeah.
I mean, well, we got to get out of the red, then we got to we've hit our reserve funds, we got all this other stuff.
Our reserves is hard to
build. On that point, I have a legitimate question. Okay, so again, we really, if we stay on this trajectory, we are going to be a couple of 100,000 more than what you projected this budget to be, correct?
Yeah, if everything does what I predict.
Right, but even if we hit an all-time low, we're still, we're still going to be where you predicted, If we maintain what we're doing, we're going to be sitting nicely. So we're talking several hundred extra $1,000 into our budget without dipping into EDC. So I don't understand necessarily the point of making that decision tonight.
So I just want to make sure, you're taking the 30,000 increase and multiplying it by 12, is that what you're doing?
No.
So how are we getting to the 100?
So my math is real interesting in history, but I do. I'm just saying, like in a conversation earlier today, I asked about how much extra, and I think you said about 200,000 additional. Having nothing to do with EDC.
In other words,
the 1% budget, the 1%.
Yeah.
In other words, I projected $525,000 at 1% in the general fund.
Okay.
It looks like we're going to get up closer to 650, maybe 7. I hope.
That's based on the first quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's based on the 5 months I've done so far. Yes.
Okay. And in the years past, when you did a first quarter, did that relationship stay true throughout for the
most part, but it varies. It's always going to vary. Okay. But, when you project, you can just project what you have.
Is it possible, though, let me just ask you to think about this, let's just say it's due to Grumps or a business that came on board. Mm-hmm. So if that business came on board last August, then we wouldn't see the same increase all months, right? Because
no.
It would already be in the number for last year. It would already
be in the number for last year.
And you're factoring all that in?
Yes, sir.
Yep, okay. Just want to make sure. Well, that would be, we haven't seen that in the past, right?
No.
an increase that large.
No, and of course, a lot of it, everybody knows cost has gone up, and so sales tax is gonna go up. I mean, that's,
By the percent.
that's just the way it is.
Right.
But I guess I'm proud that it's healthier than it's ever been.
Yeah.
I've never had a month that just EDC alone collected over $30,000.
Right.
It just, you know, it was very, very good to see something like that. Because I see so much that's not like that.
As it was
You got building improvements you wanna do, and you got,
You know, there's a lot of
police we need to hire, and, yeah, that
Okay,
would
just-
good if we didn't do all of that.
All this though didn't come about overnight. I mean, I know when I got on EDC, they were sitting on some projects that, for one reason or another, couldn't get pushed forward. One was the entrance sign down here on 183. It started, talked about when it first started. I asked, why are we gonna keep carrying this money forward on the budget if we're not gonna build a sign? I kept getting told that we couldn't get approval. And I know credit Marvin and Gordon and myself, we spent a number of hours and days talking with TxDOT and finally got that thing approved for less than a fourth of what was budgeted for the sign. We went with what we had down there, and I think it's a nice looking sign. We also got the other one on the other end, on the top end of Roberts Cutoff, which was a deal that we owned the land, but it was in the city of Fort Worth. Fort Worth wanted $20-something thousand for that little pie shape up there. I went to Betsy and Dennis Singleton, and we made a deal that we pay their legal fee, which was, I think, what, $1,600, Marvin, and we got that piece of land to build on. The other thing is we've got to have buy-in from our businesses here too. After I got on EDC and learned about big grants, I walked the boulevard and I gave out our information to every one of these businesses. I put it in their hands. I gave them one of the city pins. I said, this money is available down there. You need to apply for it. Here it is. We tried to start the River Oaks Area Business Association again. You know, it was in business when I first came to the city in '85. It was a going thing. They used to meet at the Caravan once or twice a month. A number of people, business people that were there. Then it was changed to the chamber, and the chamber fell apart.
They met at the Caravan?
Yeah. In the dining room of the Caravan. It was packed. Every meeting was packed. Like the Lions Club was. Jim and Randy can tell you when we tried to get the business association started again, the first 2 or 3 meetings, we had 2 or 3, I think 30-something people there. Then COVID hit. After that, nobody couldn't get, Jim and I sat down there 2 or 3 months in a row, with not a single soul showing up, even though you're going by, putting them information in their hand again, you're emailing them, they're not coming. EDC decided we're going to try a business brochure thing that we tried to put together several times. We found a company that would do it, that would come out. Our problem is that, you know, like the school does a calendar, and the fire department did one, police department did one, all the time. This would be similar, but it was a nice, professionally made book. Low cost. They were going to sell ads. That was basically what was going to pay for it. They were going to come out and sell it. We didn't have to do anything but just help facilitate business information and stuff out there to these people. Again, I walked the business street. Here it is, basically free. You can talk to Darren, the same thing. What we got back was the people that told us, we're not coming to your city anymore. We've never been talked to like we got talked to in your city. Our employees are not coming back. Tell me who that was. I'll go talk to them. I will be glad to go with you and talk to these people. They didn't want to do it. They were successful in a number of cities, still going on. But they didn't want to come back here at all. They said they're